Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Lily, and I'm so happy that you are here with me today. And guess what we are going to do? We are going to embellish the journal that we have been working on lately. And I say we because, you've been here with me from when I started creating this cover. To give you a little recap, this is a signature or a journal that I started working on last year. It had a completely different cover, and I still can't find that cover. I've mentioned that already. I've spent days trying to look for it as I've been unpacking and organizing in my basement, and I can't find it. But I will link the video below so that you can take a look at the cover that I am replacing. And that cover was nice, but I didn't love it, and so I swapped it out. I took it apart, and I also took the signature apart a little bit because I had to take out some pages so that everything kind of flowed with the new cover. And so you have seen how I made this cover, and I think I love it so much, you guys. It has turned out so wonderful, and I really didn't have a plan for it. Like, I didn't have a sketch. I had no idea what it was going to look like. I just kind of played it by ear or by eye, and just let it flow. And look at that. It just came together so nice. So thank you for being a part of this and for your nice comments and, your feedback. I appreciate that. So now what we are going to do is work on embellishing some of the pages. I may not be able to finish embellishing the entire journal, but I thought I would bring you along so that we can get some of it done. And one thing I do want to show you that I did is this little pocket right here. You guys, look at this pocket. And I had some trim. Let me show you the trim that I had. So this is wired ribbon. And it is just beautiful. It was from the spring section at Hobby Lobby. I think I bought this earlier this year. So I knew I wanted to use this ribbon in the journal, and I wasn't sure how. And then I laid it across, and I thought, oh, I could make a really nice talk with this. So that's exactly what I did. And I'll show you over here really quick how I did that. So I cut a piece of ribbon, kind of the length of the page, at a diagonal, and then I folded over the edges. You could see here, and then paper clipped it on both of them and kind of pulled it taut. And I thought, wow, that looks really nice. At first, I thought about gluing it, which I could if I wanted to, but I stitched it instead because I wanted it to overlap on the page. And I think the fabric tack could hold that ribbon together, but I also wanted to add the stitching element and the gold stitching especially, and I thought that would add a nice little detail there. And then I did this, and I thought that's going to look really cool. And then whoops. So anyhow, now I did stitch the other one off camera just to save some time, but I left this one like this intentionally so you could see how I did that. So this is really cool. I really like that. This is pretty sturdy. I think it's a cotton ribbon or trim, and it's really sturdy. I did take the wire out though, so the wire is no longer here. Once I cut it, I just pulled the little wire that's on the edge out. And because it's a sturdy trim, it's able to hold like a tuck. So let me go back to the other page. So here it is. And look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I left this little peekaboo over here so you could see little peekaboo, almost like the little peekaboo, the high heel shoes, the open toe sandals, like that. So I just love this so much. And then you may not be able to see that little trim here, that the gold stitching, but there is gold stitching here, and it is so pretty. It is this glimmer thread, and let me show you what thread it is. Let me just grab it, because I actually had to go and get more because I'm just about done with the other one, but this is the thread, that I purchased, and I got this one at Walmart. It was a little over $3 by Coates and Clark, and it is the metallic gold. It is absolutely beautiful, and that is what I used for the ribbon, and that's also what I used throughout the front cover, this beautiful gold ribbon. I love it, this metallic, so I like that. So what do you think? And then on the other side, after I stitched it, I just took my pinking shears and I trimmed the excess. So let's go back to this one over here. So you see how all this excess is here? Once it is stitched down, then I just took my pinking shears, these right here, and fabric only, and then I just trimmed that edge. I just kind of did this, and I just cut across it, okay? But isn't that a neat little idea? I love it. And I think I want that journaling card in there like that. So I'm going to leave it there for now. But isn't that cool? In hindsight, you guys, I think in the future, what I will do is stitch these, because now that I've done this, of course, I'm going to be doing it forever. So what I'm going to do is stitch these tucks, these ribbon tucks, before I stitch down the pages, before I sew the signature. It'll be so much easier. It wasn't that difficult. You know, I just kind of did this and then ran it through the sewing machine like this. But, you know, it'll be so much easier if I just have the single page to do it. So, yeah, I wanted to show you what I created there. I love it. I mean, it's just beautiful. I could have done every page with these pockets here. And so off camera, I will stitch this one here, and I think it'll look great once it's done. Look at that. I mean, the paper clips right now, you know, get in the way of that look, but it's going to be a perfect little tuck spot right there. And I don't think it needs any embellishment. I think it looks beautiful as it is, especially because it has that gold metallic thread. Okay, so let me also show you really quick. I have kind of put together a little basket of things I want to use in this journal. Now, remember, we're calling this journal Corazón, which means heart. And that's just because of the little heart beating that I did here. And then, of course, because it says Corazón right here. Oh, one thing I want to point out, and I know I'll do a flip through once we're all done and point out all of the things that I may have done off camera that I didn't show you. But last, we did this white, the white paint that I just love to do. And it still needed, it was still a little bit plain on this side. So as I was organizing, I came across these little pieces of fabric that I have made previously. I just took some muslin, and as I was organizing, I came across these, and I was cleaning off, I was doing jelly printing, and then I was cleaning off the brayer on just scrap pieces of muslin. And so I had these little pieces, and I had already stamped on them, and I had already done some slow stitching around them. And they were scraps just like this, little scraps. See, there's some cross stitching right there and some stamping on it. So it's just painty little fabrics that I had. I was really just playing around, and I really liked the way they turned out. Just kind of playing around with paint and fabric and stamping. And I just happened to have these with hearts on them. So they were perfect. I collaged them onto this page, and I think they look really good. And so I will set these aside and use them for future projects. But I think they look really cool. Just little painted pieces of muslin and stamping. So this was so much fun to do. Maybe I'll do, I will do a video of that, of just jelly printing on fabric, because I just love doing that. The other thing that I did on the back cover is I also had another little piece of the muslin, the painted muslin fabric with a little lovebirds there, and then I stamped the word happy in coordinated colors. So that's all I did there, and it looks great. I love it. It looks junky, and that's exactly what I wanted. A very junky looking but beautiful junk journal, and soft and just, oh, I love it so much. Okay, I've sewn in the signature. I think I just mentioned that. And I want to add some beads hanging from the center, and I've set aside a few little embellishments. So here are some heart charms, some cute little heart charms. And I made these charms, 2 or 3 years ago. I made a whole bunch. Let me show you really quick. I know. Will I ever get to embellishing the journal? Maybe. But let me show you my charms. And I just got charm happy. I think these are about 3 years old. And when I was unpacking all of my things from California, I had all of these, and aren't they beautiful? And I know you've seen these before. They're made from rolls of paper, or these are from straws, from drinking straws. And then I just added some beads so you could see those. These are beautiful. And then I wrapped some wire, added some beads. So I have those. Let me just take some apart here so I could show you. So that's those right there. Those are so nice. And then I have these. I love these. These are altered paper clips. And these are beautiful. Paper clips, some music paper. And then I used some string, and then just dangled some pretty little charms. So I have these. And then my favorite to do, though, were these altered keys. This was so much fun. In California, I loved estate sales and yard sales. And so I was always looking for keys, boxes of keys. And so I have a collection of keys. And so this is what I do. I just add little paint and then glue on those Tim Holtz flowers, and then add some twine there, and they're beautiful. So I've used these. Here are some more altered paper clips. These are beautiful, and I used some Fiesta papers, and I think I used these in my Day of the Dead journals that I made a couple years ago. So these are nice. And then I have all of these that I used by repurposing straws. So these are just straws, drinking straws that have been cut up, and then I used glossy accents over it to give it that enamel look, and then just added beads to those. So I love these. These are so cute. And I also have these that have sugar skulls on them. And because I had made a bunch of sugar skull themed junk journals that I made for as gifts, and then I had I remember I made some for a Christmas boutique that I was a part of. So these were so much fun to make. I know I got sidetracked like I usually do, but I just had to show these to you so you could see where this one came from, because out of all of these, I pulled this one aside so that, because I think it coordinated nicely with the cover. I'm not sure where I'm going to dangle it from. I may dangle it here, you know, may add it with a bulb pen. I have some bulb pens here. I have one of these. I have these. So just a lot of little things. Here is a filigree rose. The backing is filigree, and then with that little paper rose. And then this beautiful charm right here with that bling on it. It is so pretty. So just some things I'd like to use in this journal. Not sure where they're going to go or where they're going to live, but they will be in this journal. And then, okay, so I'm just going to go through some of the pages, and if something calls out to me, I will attach it. So here are just some things that I've collected. So I have my little basket. This is a beautiful Greek basket. I've shown this basket to you in the past. I purchased it at I think it was at a thrift shop or an antique shop, but I love it so much. It is made in Greece, and isn't it beautiful? And it's just this vinyl woven basket. It is gorgeous. So I went shopping in my things, grabbed my basket, and just started putting things in here that I thought would look nice in the journal. So let's set that aside really quick. So I have this little booklet. Remember, we made these, you guys. And then I have some trim, some, I always forget what I call ruffle trim, ruffle trim journaling cards. And then I picked this up at a thrift store a while back, and it is an old notepad. I just thought these were beautiful, little note paper, so I may use that. What else? And then I cut out some pieces. I thought I might add a fabric flip to one of the pages. More journaling cards. And then I did sew together 2 strips of this coordinating fabric and then did a zigzag stitch all the way around, so that my idea is to use this to wrap around the journal once it's done. So that I'll use that. Here's some more ruffle trim. Here's some really cute note papers that I came across. Remember, you guys, use it or lose it. I'm going through my stash and I am going to use everything that I have. And believe me, I have a lot of stuff. You know, I built my stash here when I came to Utah last year, but then when I moved here in August, I brought with me everything I had in California. So that's a lot of stuff. Use it or lose it. So I'm going to use it. And these I've had for a while. They are so cute. So I'll find a way to use those. If not in this journal, in some journals. So I've cut some trim. This is trim I purchased at an antique shop. They are 100% cotton. They feel so great. So I'll use that in here. And then there's also some of the ephemera that I have made. And this is a book page pocket. It was pretty plain. And I'm actually, will be doing a video to show you how I make these little pockets. And not just the book pocket, but how it all comes together. Because I just love the working with paint on the little book pages. So it's a book page folded in half. And then it is stitched all the way around. And I think that's gold stitching on there as well. I think it is, but the paint covered it up. But yeah, book page pocket. And then again, this I had already done, where I took one of those jelly printed muslin with the stamped and the slow stitching, and then just made a pocket. And then here's another jelly printed tag. And then I did a little bit of collage work, and that is going to go in here. And I thought this would be perfect for this journal. I have this little card I'm planning to tuck in there, and it, you know, you're so cool, and I'm not even mad about it. I love these little cards so much. And then we are going to use some flowers. These are recollection flowers or Prima flowers, but we're going to use these, and I love them because they have those little painty bits, the little splatters on it. So that will be perfect for this. So we're going to use that. Here is a book page from a beautiful floral book that I have. So that's going to live in here. Here is another book page. And I like working with the book pages that don't have any of the writing on them. Those I love the most, because you can always journal on them and stamp on them like this. And so what I've done to this, as you can see here, is it works really good as a little tuck spot. And so it has a tuck spot there, and then journaling space here. And then there's also a pocket. These were so fun to make. So, and then stitching at the top and at the bottom. And these were fun. And I need to make more of these, because I only have a couple of these left. And then of course we're going to use some of these little clusters that I've had here. And I've been trying to use these up. I just love the way the rosette trim looks on the little clusters. So we will use these. And then it's more like I'm going through my ephemera, right? I don't know if I'll be able to glue anything down, but oh, it's so much fun to go through all the little bits and pieces that are going into a junk journal. It's just going to bring it to life. Now, I had already selected ephemera that was going into this journal, and it was tucked into the book, actually. But when I decided to switch it all up, well, that ephemera was no longer coordinated with this journal. So I had to start all over again, which is fun. Nothing wrong with that. Being able to go through my ephemera and all the little bits and pieces of everything that I have, that's the fun part. So here is some of this beautiful little pom-pom trim. I just love it. So maybe we'll use that in there. Came across a bit of trim right here. And then I want to use one of these envelopes. So this is how that goes. Just wraps around, and then it goes around that little brad right there. So I may embellish it a little bit more. Here is another pocket that I have made from packaging, and then just collaged it, and then did some scribbles, some little scraps and painted bits. And I may further embellish this. A couple more clusters that I have stitched through. Of course, we're going to use one of my weathered envelopes. I love these. Look at this grungy one. Oh, it's a beautiful mess, you guys. So I love it. It says todo es posible, which means everything is possible. Everything. And then I'm also going to use another one. So I thought I could use an envelope in the first part of the signature and then the second half of the signature as well. But I'm running low on these envelopes, so we'll have to make more together. And these are coffee dyed and avocado dyed, and then just collaged. And then, of course, the little weathering with the white paint. Here are some altered index cards, coffee dyed and stamped. We'll use that. Here's some more book page. And this one has a little tuck spot right here like that. So cute. Love these. Here is another book page. And I made a library pocket with this one. So that'll be cute if I get to use it. Now, this is just everything that I think will coordinate with the journal. So it may not make it. I don't know. We'll see. Here's another pocket that has been made from packaging. And then it's just been collaged and then doodled on. Here's another book page journaling card backed with coffee dyed paper. And then a stitched fabric heart. So I like that. I think it needs some more embellishing, maybe some words here. Here's another little envelope. There's a similar one on the front cover of this journal, so I don't know if I'll be using that. I do need to add an insert here. I don't like the way that looks, so I will just cover it with a pretty piece of paper. And then I have the stamping wallets. Remember these? These were fun to make. Let's see, where are we? Oh my gosh, 21 minutes, you guys. I don't think I'm going to get anything in the journal. But you know what? I think that's okay. If I don't glue anything down, at least I've shown you what I've selected, and then I'll just do a flip through, I guess, you know. But here is the little stamping wallet. Remember the stamp wallets. These were inspired by an actual postage stamp collector's wallet using Tim Holtz's die. And I just love making these little cards. Just love them. So we'll use that. And then here is a jelly printed tag. Jelly printed and then collaged. Here is one of those little muslin jelly printed fabrics. And then I added some glitter. And there's some slow stitching and stitching, real stitching all the way, well, machine stitching all the way around. And then some Tim Holtz words. And yeah, I love how these came out. I made a whole bunch of these, so these are nice. Oh, and I pulled out another of these wallets. Maybe I couldn't decide which one I was going to use. So we'll see. So let's see. I have a few minutes, so maybe we will get to glue something down. You know, maybe one or two things. Maybe one of the, one of those. Maybe put that in one of the pockets or one of the tucks. Maybe we'll do some of that. Lots of stuff. Maybe glue down that. I love these. Maybe tear out a few of these pages to use. I don't know. Let's see. Let's flip through some of the pages and see what calls out to us so that we can do. Okay. I love that. Let's see. Right now it looks pretty plain. How about this right here? Oh, that looks pretty. Let's glue that down right there. So we'll use some fabric tack for this. And this is rosette trim from that coordinating fabric that I used on the front cover and on the inside of the covers. And then I stitched right down the center with the gold metallic thread. That thread is beautiful. It is my favorite. And I even did the bobbin in some gold thread because I wanted to make sure it looked pretty on top and at the bottom, just in case some of the pieces, you know, would show on both sides. So let's glue this one down. Oh, so pretty. I just love coffee dyed paper. And then with the little painty bits, I think I just cleaned up like second generation jelly printing from this very lightly because that's the look I wanted. That looks really nice. I love that. Like that sea glass color over the coffee dyed paper. That looks really nice. Okay, so there's that. And then maybe I'll put this here. Yes, look at that. Oh, it's too I need to trim it. Oh, I need to trim it. So I'm going to let it live here because It needs to go in here, but it is a tad too wide. So I'm going to leave that there because that's where I'm going to put it. Let's see, where do I want a fabric flip? Sometimes, and I don't know if you do this or you're guilty of it, but when I'm working with my ephemera and I'm adding it to the signature, I'm guilty of adding too many things to the first half of the signature, and then I get to the second half and I have alligator mouth and I haven't added anything to the second half. So what I need to do is just go back and forth. So instead of going through the pages in chronological order, I'm just going to go to the back and find something in the back. That's the best way to do it. I can't get over these, you guys. I love that idea so much. Look at how beautiful this looks. I love it. I love it. The pages look great as they are. Like, they really don't need that much embellishment. They look great as they are. Maybe I can do this one. Should I do this one on this side? Yes, let's do it here. Oh, my glue is bubbling. I am pre-recording this. So today it is, whoa, it is Sunday evening. And I am just relaxing, doing what I enjoy, preparing for the week. Actually went to go visit my parents earlier today. I had told my mother I'd go over and visit her today. And so I drove down. I am so lucky to be so close to my parents. So I drove down there and they weren't home. They went, her and my dad went to go have a picnic at the canyon. Isn't that sweet? My mother loves, now we have the Timpanogos Canyon, just the Wasatch Front. It's just like minutes from their house. They're super close to the, where's my cap? Super close to the canyon. So they went up and had a picnic today. And they had called me, and I thought they were calling me from their house. But the call I kept losing the call, and so I thought, oh, I'm not even going to try calling them anymore. I'm just going to drive over to their house. And they weren't there. Well, they were calling me from the canyon, and so they didn't have very good reception. But I hope they had a great day. So I'll just go and see them tomorrow. Tomorrow after work, I'll stop by their house. My work is very close to my parents' house, so I'll go and visit with them for a little bit and have a cup of coffee with them in the evening. Yes, I can drink coffee all day long, you guys. And even if I drink coffee at night, it does not prevent me from sleeping. I put my head on my pillow and I'm out. Look how beautiful that stenciling is. Oh, I love this with the little splashes of neon yellow and chartreuse. Love that. Let's see. What time is it? What time is it? Are we running out of time? Yes, we are running out of time because I don't want to go past 30 minutes. I'm just going back and forth. So I was hoping to have done a lot more than just show you the things I'm going to use. I could have beaded some of those charms onto these strings right here. I do want to add something here, but all right. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today. And the next time we see each other, I will be doing a full flip through, and it should be 100% completed. And yeah, it's going to look, oh, it's going to look amazing. Look at it right now. Look at it. It's just so wonderful. You guys are wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you to everyone who has supported me in my YouTube channel. I appreciate you so much. You guys take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye.